But I'm gonna tell you like this: when I saw that, I think T.I fucking lying.
Yeah.
I need that at the way.
Tell me. It been 20 years, bro. It been 20 years. I figure if I wasn't built like that, it'll show by now. It been 20 years, bro. I done faced every challenge the motherfucker that like to throw at me, man. You ain't seen me fold, you ain't seen me bro.
King Harris is back in the headlines, but this time it's way beyond Waffle House fights or missed court dates. Things just went nuclear. His own baby mama allegedly leaked a so-called gay tape, and the internet exploded. To make it messier, Boosie stepped in and clowned T.I.'s parenting, turning this drama into a family feud. And honestly, whether that tape is real or fake doesn't even matter, because for years, whispers about King's sexuality have been floating around. Some say he always looked a little suspect, others claimed the baby was just a cover-up. Now with this leak, all those rumors just caught fire again. Fans are even digging up old claims from King not really being the father, to his baby mama only having the child to lock down the Harris money. On top of that, people are calling out his so-called gangster lifestyle, saying he's flexing an image he never truly lived, and Boosie jumping in. That ain't small talk. He didn't clown King directly, he took aim at T instead. That's when it became clear this wasn't just gossip, this was a straight-up feud. The paternity talk, the baby cover-up claims, King's meltdown clips, and now Boosie flipping the whole saga into a chance to roast T in front of the world. Even before the alleged tape surfaced, folks were already questioning if King was really the father. From the moment his baby mama announced the pregnancy, the internet was side-eyeing heavy. The biggest red flag: she's older than him, and people weren't letting that slide. They dragged her online, saying, "Girl, you knew exactly what you were doing." Then came the viral clip of King with his baby mama and newborn. That's when the money talk started, with people swearing she only had the baby to secure the Harris bag. Fame, money, family name, all of it looked like her ticket to cash out. True or not, didn't matter. The comments wouldn't stop. And when the baby finally arrived, instead of killing the rumors, the speculation doubled down. People online posted, "He don't even look like King." Others said King was just desperate to show off grown man status. That's when King clapped back hard, calling the baby his twin and saying, "He looks exactly like me."
Yeah. King in here. Just keep it to this. Yes, yo, that's my baby. That's my baby. Get it?
King doubled down, posting pictures of his baby, declaring, "Y'all can't tell me this ain't mine." But here's the catch. The harder he tried to prove it, the fewer people believed him. And it wasn't just about the baby. For years, whispers about King's sexuality have followed him. So when the pregnancy news dropped, fans instantly assumed, oh, he's just trying to prove something. Now, with this so-called tape floating around, those same critics are pulling receipts, saying this was the plan all along, use a baby to silence the rumors. That's when the whole story flipped. While folks dragged him for the baby drama, others pointed out this wasn't even the first time King's been accused of faking for the spotlight. For years, people have said he's been role-playing that gangster life, talking tough, jumping into beefs, acting like he came out the trenches. But everyone knows he was raised by T and Tiny. He grew up with privilege, spent most of his childhood at his grandma's house. Nothing wrong with that, but it doesn't exactly scream came from the struggle, and the internet never lets that slide. Even King himself admitted in an interview how much time he spent at grandma's house. That's why so many don't buy his act. Anytime he hops online yelling he's from the hood, the comments light up. Man, be serious.
My grandma, you know, we'll go to the house on like a weekend. They'll say, "Hey, we shooting today. We need y'all at the house." They'll come get me from my grandma's house. And right after we done, when the cameras go off, I'm right back to my grandma's house. Yeah.
Fans swear he's been forcing that street persona just to cover the fact he doesn't truly fit that role. It's like King's juggling two identities at once, trying to prove he's a father and grown man, while also proving he's a hardened gangster. But instead of making him look tough, it makes the downfall look even uglier. And trust me, the spiral only got louder when those Waffle House clips hit the internet. A viral video showed King straight up arguing with employees, loud, threatening, wilding out. Viewers couldn't believe the son of T and Tiny was snapping over fast food.
So what I'm saying is, they wasn't
talk like that outside.
Hey, I can talk how the fuck I want to wherever I'm at. I'm on live, shawty. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. This ain't your fucking restaurant. This ain't your fucking restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. Trip, get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you.
Here's King completely losing it at Waffle House. The craziest part, his own dad went live the very next day, admitting he couldn't understand why his son felt the need to argue with a short-order cook. T said he and King's uncles tried to knock some sense into him, reminding him he lives a life most people dream of. So why stoop so low, fighting with people just doing their jobs? But clearly that talk didn't stick, because right after that, King's name popped up again for all the wrong reasons. The biggest scandal? His arrest footage surfaced, showing exactly what went down in 2024. King was pulled over in Georgia after nearly slamming into a squad car, leaving a gas station with cops, claiming the smell of weed poured out of his BMW.
Talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name? My name King. You know it and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. File your shit.
Come back.
What? On game what? On game what? Come here. Come here. Now I'll show you what I do. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. Come here. Come on.
On top of that, King had a gun sitting right on his hip. When cops ran his info, things got uglier. They found a warrant dating back to 2022. That case tied him to speeding, driving on a suspended license, and even a DUI. He was supposed to show up in court, but never did. So the warrant was still hanging over him. Body cam footage showed officers pulling him out, cuffing him, and hauling him straight to county jail. And while King wasn't wilding out in that moment, he stayed surprisingly calm. To the internet though, this was more proof that his whole life was unraveling. Between the Waffle House blow-up, skipped court dates, and now the arrest video, fans said it all looked like one giant cover-up for the deeper rumors he just couldn't outrun.
Man, of course I spoke to my son. You know, me and his uncles. You know, we were perplexed by his necessity to go back and forth with a short order cook. I didn't understand why he felt he needed to stop what he was doing to engage someone who was at such another level of life. And I had to explain to him.
But this is where things went from messy to explosive. The second that alleged tape started making rounds, guess who chimed in? Boosie. Instead of staying quiet, he jumped in with slick comments about T, clowning the way his son ended up in this mess. And the internet caught on instantly. This wasn't shade at King. This was a straight shot at T himself. That's why it hit so hard. And remember, Boosie ain't some random voice. He's got a history of making wild comments about sexuality. This is the same man who once had to publicly apologize to his daughter, Iana, after he made homophobic remarks about her being gay. He hopped on IG to say sorry, tried to clean it up, but everyone knew he meant it the first time. So when he slid into King's drama, the reaction was instant.
I gotta say something about this, bro. Dwayne Wade, you going too fucking far, dog. That is a male. A 12-year-old. At 12, they don't even know what their next meal gonna be. They don't have it figured out yet. He might meet a woman, anything, at 16 and fall in love with her. But his be gone. How you gonna... Like, bro, you going too far, dog. Don't cut his off, bro. Like, bro.
Fans were quick to call him out. Like, isn't this the pot calling the kettle black? They pointed out Boosie's got his own family drama and shady comments to deal with. Yet here he is clowning somebody else's kid. And that's not all. His own life isn't exactly drama-free. Remember, he just took a plea deal on those gun charges, and if things go left, he could be right back in jail. So the fact he's still out here trolling T tells you everything. This ain't just gossip, this feels personal. And if you've been keeping track, T and Boosie's relationship has been shaky for years. To really understand why Boosie's even mixing himself into this, you gotta rewind the timeline of their beef. It all started when Boosie went viral for blasting Dwayne Wade's daughter after she came out as transgender, a rant that had the internet labeling him straight up transphobic. And here's the clip that lit everything on fire.
T.I situation, if he did that, you're a fucking rat too. I don't spare no motherfucking body. Because if you doing anything wrong, you doing anything criminal-wise, and that means you're cooperating, that means you're a rat.
Plenty of folks came at Boosie, but one of the loudest voices was T himself. He hopped on Instagram telling Boosie to stay in his lane and quit worrying about another man's kids. That moment planted the seed for this whole feud. Just a few months later, it escalated when Boosie straight up called T a snitch over his old federal gun case. T clapped back instantly, making it clear nobody was going to disrespect his family, and if it came down to it, he wasn't afraid to face Boosie hit. Here's Boosie in that Vlad sit-down calling T a rat, and here's T firing right back, shutting the rumor down with zero hesitation. From there, the beef snowballed fast. That summer, Boosie switched gears and started blasting T.I.'s parenting, especially when T admitted he once took his daughter to the gynecologist. Boosie called it controlling, while T snapped back saying Boosie was the last person qualified to hand out parenting advice. At that point, shots were flying about family, credibility, and those snitching claims. It was obvious this wasn't just rap beef anymore. This was personal. Things seemed to cool for a while, both claiming they'd moved on. But by 2023, the feud reignited hotter than ever.
I am one of you niggas who have been to the penitentiary before, man. What happened when a motherfucker say somebody ain't right and they goddamn show their paperwork and they is right? What's the penalty for that? Can somebody tell me what is that punishable by? Somebody tell me that. See, most of you motherfuckers ain't never been in no trouble. Motherfuckers ain't never been nowhere. Anybody tell me. It been 20 years, bro. It been 20 years. I figure if I wasn't built like that, it'll show by now. It been 20 years, bro. I done faced every challenge motherfucker that like to throw at me, man. You ain't seen.
Boosie later accused T of not standing by him during his own legal battles, while T made it clear he was done babysitting someone who kept disrespecting him. Fast forward to now, and it all adds up. Boosie jumping into King's scandal wasn't random at all. This wasn't just clout chasing, it was another shot aimed right at T. And with King already drowning in internet drama, Boosie couldn't resist. Once that alleged tape started circulating, the internet tore King apart. Some of the comments were brutal. One person wrote, "He always looked weird to me. Too bad he favors Tiny and not T." Others took it further, comparing him to Sideshow Bob, the villain from The Simpsons, with side-by-side memes blowing up everywhere. But the comment that set it all off, King about to be queen, that flipped the entire conversation. Suddenly, it wasn't just about jokes on his looks, it tied straight back to the long-running rumors about his sexuality. And that's why this story is way bigger than just a leaked tape. With Boosie stirring the pot and T locked in a feud that never really died, King Harris is caught in the crossfire. And trust me, this saga is only getting wilder. So smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop your thoughts below, because the next chapter is coming.